What's up, guys? This is Zach from Wired Customs. Oh yeah, you're here too. What's up, guys? This is Zach and Isaiah from Wired Customs, and today we're going to show you how to assemble a Model 94 carburetor. Right there.
Alright, so one of the problems we had was, what's this thing called?
It's a squirter.
Squirter. So one of the problems we had was the squirter that was inside this carburetor, which is why it wasn't working when trying to fire up the car. After some diagnosing, air, you can't blow air throughout the little nozzles here on the actual squirter. So holds air in. Found one laying around out here. Similar markings, same size and everything. Can blow right through it.
Yeah.
So that'll be the one that has to go in there now. And that could have been the problem from before that we're fixing, you know, other than general gunk and stuff. So
yeah,
this would be good to throw in there, hopefully
right.
Solve that.
And I'll let this one soak for like a week and see if it's not usable after the fact. Alright, so let's go ahead and put your throttle plate back together since it's looking good. So we're going to get the throttle housing. I can actually do this.
Yeah, and you just want to talk me through it? Well,
yeah. So go ahead and get everything you're going to need.
Your shaft here.
and just make
Your
sure
two
this
plates.
is all...
Did you scrub your plates yet?
I
You
did. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just make sure these are all cleaned out since I did some scrubbing on that paint. Nice and clean. Nice and pretty looking. Yep, looks good.
That's what you're going for.
Alright.
So this is why it's nice to have pictures of everything. So go ahead and put the shaft back in. So you can either go off of your old pictures that you took before you took it apart, or since I have a known good one sitting here, you can go off of mine. But your linkage is obviously different than mine, but
Yeah, a little bit different design,
yeah.
but same basic concept. And that makes sense to me. You know, that's closed and then open, and that stops right there.
Yep, wide open throttle, it stops
So
it.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
This.
Okay, so go ahead and grab your plates.
Alright.
So right now, technically, it's upside down.
Mm-hmm.
The plates go in from the bottom.
Because this is...
Yep, that's
how it
right
would
side
sit.
up. That's how it sits on the engine.
Okay.
So the plates are going to go in from the bottom, and the screws are going to screw in from the bottom. And if you look at these are the stops here.
Mm-hmm.
So as you put it in, it'll just wiggle down until it hits the stops.
Alright.
Yep. It should center itself. Yep, just like that.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's do
Put
that
the other one in.
Does it matter which side the chamfered facing up or facing
Facing
down?
up.
Facing up?
Mhm.
Okay. Cool, that's what that one is.
So now we're going to get your screws, and we're going to do it a modern way with blue Loctite. Back in the day, they would use a stake punch and mushroom the edges so it doesn't unscrew. But technology changes, we can do something a little bit better.
And then we can
And if
still
you-
save the screws later on.
Yeah, so if we need to reuse the screws later, you heat them up with a little torch, you can get them out. Moves freely, doesn't get caught, goes all the way closed, goes all the way open, right?
Yep. Awesome.
Awesome. Let's put your metering screws back in, all the way over there with the springs on.
Oh.
Yep. So there is the metering screw. So now you want to screw them all the way in. And once they're all the way in, what I do when I start off is back them off 360 degrees.
One full turn?
Yep. Some people do a turn and a half, but I always end up turning them in, you know what I'm saying? So I just do one turn. So if at that point in time I can back them off if I need to be. we'll start putting the bowl back together. So let's do the little, like, dainty hard stuff first. So get your rebuild kit out. You should have a new check ball for the accelerator pump. So that little ball is going to go down inside the accelerator pump housing down there. And you can actually see inside there. I'll pull mine out so you can see what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That spring holds that detent in.
Yeah. This spring here.
So drop that ball in the correct hole. There's probably 2 different holes in there.
Yep. Perfect. It's in
Yep.
there.
Now you have fun pushing that spring back down in there.
Oh, goodness.
And the hook part of the spring covers the detent.
Covers the slot.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a detent, but it looks like a detent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, check ball. Kind of like a check valve, but it's a ball.
Any tips or tricks on how to...
What I try to do is line up the hook part so it just goes straight down. So once you get it in there, you're not trying to spin the spring.
Yeah. Is there any...
I push it back and forth down with the screwdriver. Then at the very end, I push it down with the pick to make sure it's seated fully.
Okay.
So that,
Can I get started with this?
yeah, the housing gets smaller and smaller as it goes down inside.
Yeah. Yep, it's in.
Good.
We'll see in there.
It's hard to see in real life, let alone on the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah. Oh.
Alright, go ahead and put the jets in.
On the bottom right.
Yep. You see what you're doing?
That was... Not quite. Alright, so that's going started. So what's...
These are the jets
It's
here,
not
just for reference.
What's the screwdriver use? This one?
Nice. So take your old gasket off your jet well plugs here, or plugs, or whatever you want to call them. You find the right gasket in your kit here. Let's find the gaskets for the clusters on both sides, then find the gasket for the squirter, and all that obviously gets bolted down at the exact same time.
Which way they go? They go this way or this way?
That way.
This way?
Mhm.
Okay. Alright. Nope. This is the wrong side because it's got a little notch. It goes over here.
Oh yeah, the bridge holds it down. So those are those style of clusters. Then we have the style of clusters that are on this one. Like that. So for mine are still disassembled. So there's the 2 different style clusters that you could run into. The tall cluster and the short cluster. Okay, now find the gasket for the squirter.
Which one's the squirter?
Right there. For the power valve.
This one. It's right here, right?
Mm-hmm. Should see down in there. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's your best bet for sure. Squirt it back on. Now put.
That's the functional squirter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Now it's time to put your bridges back on.
Remember, it was these for this side because it matches the round portion of the bridge here.
The cluster.
Cluster.
Yep.
Cluster. This is the bridge?
That's the bridge. Yep.
Okay. Bridge, cluster, squirter.
Yep. So these are the two different power valves. The one on the left is the one that comes with most kits, and it is wrong for the Flathead style carburetors. The one on the right is the one that you have to buy separately. Now the difference is the wrong one has the step there at the bottom that will leak. The one on the right will sit nice and flush, and it will seal and seat fully. To get the correct power valve, make sure you order it separately. Here's the part number, 910789904. So make sure you buy the correct power valve.
Maybe they go on like a old Beetle or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I don't know what they go on, honestly.
We'll sell them. 50 cents a piece. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody needs them somewhere.
So put the power valve in from the bottom. It's a 1-inch wrench, but I usually just use an adjustable since it's not an oversized wrench trying to tighten something on aluminum. You want to strip it out.
Yeah.
That looks good. Awesome. Now flip it over, and it's time for the accelerator pump. Now this is the rod. Always reuse the rod, so make sure you clean that up really well. And most of the time reuse the springs. Obviously, if you have a bad spring, replace it. So this one, yep, you have that correct. That's the main one. This is almost an accessory one. Not all of them have this spring. So your short one is going to go on the rod.
Okay. Alright, gotta get this nice little easy piece to lose that doesn't come in your rebuild kits.
Yep. Easy to shoot across the shop.
Especially being at the end of a spring. Watch your eyeballs.
Nothing at the end of a spring is ever dangerous. Yep, go ahead and just slide that in. And it basically just sits in there. It won't compress down until you put the cover back on. Yep. Screw the seat in. Go all the way down snug. For some reason, some people think you put more gaskets in there to shim it up and down. You don't shim that at all. It's all about bending the tabs on the float to adjust the float. That needs to sit fully all the way down and seat in. So go ahead and put your needle in there now. Oh yeah, hit it with a screwdriver.
Oh, this
Yeah,
one.
the big one.
Big ones, yeah.
Yep. Probably one of these two right here.
Yeah. One of the ridiculous ones. Barely.
Yep. Just snug like everything else in aluminum.
Alright.
Great. Now put the needle in.
And that goes
It's pointed in,
point down. Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Then put the float on. And it's very simple. Yep, just like that.
So the little tongue there goes down.
Yep, both tabs are technically pointing up on the carburetor.
Okay. Once it's assembled, everything. Because that tongue rides on that little needle, right?
Yep, and when that tongue pushes up, it closes the needle. No more gas can get in the carburetor. If there's too much gas, I'll show you after it's assembled where gas comes out when there's too much gas because of the float. Okay, so now we need to measure the float. I have it at... Let's refer to the directions. Never be bashful to refer to the directions. But I already have you set up on my little...
Jig.
Yeah, I already have the measurement set up for you. So with the carburetor top sitting up like that, here on the right, we need to be at 1 inch and 7/16 from the base.
To be like that.
Yep, flip it up like that. And I already have you set up at 1 inch and 7/16.
So that should be from the flat part where the gasket sits
Yeah,
to...
the whole flat part of the housing of here to the bottom. And if it's not, you're going to have to bend the tab one way or another. So yours is sitting way too low. So right now you're letting in too much gas.
Okay. So what's the...
What you need
So
to do
bend
is
the tab
to bend the tab to get it
closer.
correct. Yep.
Okay. Or no? I guess I
So
don't
when
understand.
it's sitting up,
Oh.
we got 2 tabs. So when it's sitting up, it's hitting that little tab there.
Okay. All right.
And when it's down against the needle, it's hitting the other tab.
That makes sense.
And don't ever think whatever it's set up now is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows what someone else did, or if it was running bad and because it's wrong, you know?
Yeah. So don't want to match that.
Yeah. Don't
Well,
worry about changing what was there. For the other one, we're going to do 1 inch and 11/30 seconds. So 1 inch and 11/30 seconds on the ruler. So now you have to adjust the ruler. And I measured that one. I don't know what's up with that. It's not right. I don't know what's going on with that. They cut it wrong or something. And this is a ruler I get at the hardware store for like $10. So it's way better than the paper template it comes with.
all right. Needs to go down. So we need to bend this
Yeah.
inside tab that sits down there.
Yep. This one's easier because you can just push it down. You don't have to take it apart. We're not going to accidentally bend the other one because it's the opposite direction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the bolt holes line up. Look good.
Yeah. Look good.
Awesome. Go ahead and put the top back on. The other way.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah. Here's the screw and the detent spring that goes in the hole. And this is the choke actuator technically.
Okay. Okay. Throw a detent in here. Okay. Good boy. Which goes like this.
Yep.
This one?
Yep, the bigger one. Nothing wrong with taking a picture of everything before you take it apart. Never assume that you know everything. Yep, should lock open. Looks good.
Perfect. So a little spring here.
Yep.
That sits like
Yep.
this.
And that hook goes down over that.
Little pig.
Yep, there you go. So when you put it on, you're gonna have to pull that spring back. It's right there. Yep. You're just gonna compress it, then push it down into that groove. Yep, there you go.
There you go. Make sure.
Yep, spring action. And it's that screw right in front of you. Yep. Oh, that side is the top.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This is like
because
that.
that's where the
I recognize this from the other engines we've worked on. Like
okay.
the Thunderbird, it had this kind of like pointed
yeah,
arrow
the 3-bolt carb. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of good information right there. So now we need a gasket. So put the gasket on. There's a couple different 3-bolt carbs, so just make sure you have the best gasket that lines up. We're gonna make sure all the air holes right here can breathe because they need to transfer into the carb itself.
Probably gonna be this one with the 3 holes.
So you put the gasket down first, so you make sure it lines up.
Yeah.
Then set it down on top of it. Okay, so now we're almost done. You can see that the throttle is just sitting loose. So all we have left is to connect the accelerator pump to the throttle right here. So there's your rod over there in the corner. You should try to put them in both at the same time. So you're going to have to get it in the accelerator pump a little bit. Yeah, because we want these to go straight in. We don't want to bend this shaft.
Yeah, to get it in.
Yeah, so kind of get it somewhat, like don't put it in the accelerator pump, but get it enough so you can pull it down a little bit.
like that.
Yeah, slightly pull it down if you can. There you go. And line them both up so you're kind of pushing them in at the same time. We don't want to bend that rod there.
Yeah.
So now check the throttle action.
Okay.
Yep.
That feels like a throttle.
Yep. And this is your idle screw. That's going to change the speed because obviously you can see it pushes right onto the throttle shaft.
So then whenever you tighten that down, make sure
Yep.
lever sit slightly more open like that.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Now you're done. It's all into base tuning after this. So you rebuilt it. Now it's time to tune it.
Heck yeah.
All right, so we got his carburetor back together. I'm gonna do mine at a different time. We're just kind of running out of time, so we're just focusing just on his. So we got it together. It looks good. The next video is gonna be basic tuning on the engine when we get the engine running. His Flathead's been sitting for a couple of years, so we got a couple other steps before we get to that point. But if you want to see that video, make sure you like this, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.